Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you today, and welcome to our Scion Second Edition Chronicle, The Coming Storm, presented by the beloved nerds on the Onyx Path Twitch, which of course we are thankful for them to allow us to bring you all of our drama and make it their drama. So I am your story guide, ST Ian. My pronouns are he, him. Um, I don't have a whole lot to promote, but actually, at the time where this will show, the following day on Wednesday, we're starting up, and actually, it'll be session two of this, our Star Trek Chronicle, the Star Trek Talon. So, new ship. We've blown up our other ship. Well, we lost this ship. The previous ships were blown up. So, we're going to see if we can blow up this one too. But we're going to do our best to get that done. So, we're going to go through our quick introductions. I think I'm going to start with Logan because he looks the most confused.
Hell yeah. I'm Logan. I play Jericho. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Instagram at, I think I'm still Brony Hawk official. You can find me there, and when I have a manic upswing, I might post funny things. That's all.
There is a good number of cowboy cats you should all check out on that. So, we'll go around the horn here, keeping with our upcoming cowboy theme here. Um, Megan.
Uh, sorry, the cowboy thing took me for a loop because I'm not anti-cowboy, but I'm not a cowboy kind of person. Uh, but that being a side note, I'm Megan. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Starweaver or Arch Starweaver, depending on where you look, what you're looking for, etc. You can find me on previous things, on the, I suppose it would be on the Phoenix Blue channel for Star Trek, and potentially when I finally have the energy to interact with people more than once per week, uh, joining back with the Star Trek crew, hopefully soon. I can gain willpower.
All right. Ty?
Hello, my name is Ty. You can find me on all socials at Hey Tyler Gray. You can find me on other the Beloved Nerds programming, as well as various other places. And yeah, I'm just excited to kick some butt tonight.
Butts will be kicked. Ace.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ace. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Nemesis Rex, whose pronouns are also he, him. You can find me on Instagram at Ulrich_Wolfgar for art, miniature painting, funny, goofy little things, and you can find me on various other games here on the Beloved Nerds. I really hope you guys are enjoying this because we're having a lot of fun making it. So.
All right. And CJ.
Hi everyone, I'm CJ Sorry on pretty much everything. You can find me a variety of places, including on the Onyx Path. I recently did a charity stream. It was a lot of fun. If you didn't get a chance to catch it, just go grab the the VOD. I'm ancient. In addition to that, you can find me every third Wednesday on the Initiative Order. We're doing a homebrew of Through the Breach called Chalice, and every week following my week is the opposite team, and then there's a week off, so it's really fun, having a great time with that. Number of other places as well, but I'm kind of in flux at the moment. Lots of new things coming up and old things wrapping up, so I will have more for you sometime in the future, but just check out my channel and you'll find everything there. And I'm eager to see where the end of this arc takes us, where be it an episode or several. Let's go.
Yeah, I still believe we still got an Egyptian death god to save. So, if he can be saved. So, when we last left off, you all had descended into this facility. discovered various mythological creatures who had been captured and presumably being used as nefarious things. And you had descended into the facility and you met a character who was claiming to be Nostradamus, or at least a clone of Nostradamus. And he had given you some information about what was going on, or attempted to do in his own very special way, before he was rudely taken away from you with a bullet through the head, which he unusually seemed remarkably okay with. He seemed to indicate that he kind of knew where it was coming, or he knew it was coming at this point. So, and then appearing out of the darkness back from where you came, a cowboy made an appearance. And presumably he may have been the one who fired the shot. And the cowboy was also accompanied by, we were talking about this earlier, a cowman, which was a large minotaur that appears to be made entirely out of some kind of gold or brass. The minotaur did not say anything. It's just sort of standing there. So, that will take us to roleplay. As this cowboy standing here, I will put on my cowboy hat to do cowboy things. And let us begin. Now,
I'm just running my normal peanut gallery comments about the cowboy and the minotaur. I'm sorry.
cowboy and the minotaur.
I'll do my best to be, although this generally tends to happen in the middle of the night. I'll do my best to be present during the playing of this episode, so I can run similar commentary in the chat box. Hi, future CJ. Are you making bad choices too? Great.
So, yeah, and I think as usual, this group is fantastic at being confronted with a nefarious villain and just going, not today, okay, not today. We've had a day.
Yes.
We're not in the mood.
How Rose feeling?
We're not
So-
here for that today. We're
Gotta
low
get
on
broody, hold on.
spoons, we're high on knives, and we're ready to fucking go, okay? Like, don't mess with us.
We were
I just
talking to
want to know
him.
what their special powers are.
So, cowboy is
Ace,
just
wait,
kind of
Ace, what did you say?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, what were you saying?
We were talking to him.
Talking to who? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
The man
just
who's
jumping into things, I guess.
The guy whose head is now a cloud of chili.
Okay. All right. I'm with
Yeah.
I did have some questions. I was working up to them.
To be honest, they'll probably just make another one, but that
You're
was
right.
my
We're not
first
asking
job.
the right questions. Who the hell are you?
Well, let's just say I'm a sheriff and leave it at that.
I don't know
Okay.
about that, man. I don't think that that's how this works.
13,
Well,
12.
You can call me Seth
know-
Jacobs if you want, but that was just the first item on my agenda. The second one is y'all.
Explain from a safe distance, my friend. Probably just right over there and keep your
I mean, it's probably
God, is
hired
that
by these people,
well, yeah, but I mean, maybe
break and
listen to
enter.
reason.
to be fair.
Yeah, I ain't all about reason or nothing like that. I just get paid.
Okay, cool. So,
So if we
But-
pay you more, well, we've got a number of
Row,
reasonable names
these-
here.
these people can print money. So,
Okay.
Right. I have
Y'all are gonna
priceless
have to-
artifacts literally in a condo where you don't need to know
Isn't
what's
true.
your price.
well, first of all, I ain't here to kill you unless I have to.
It's a pro.
Well, you're not going to, so good luck with that.
unless I have to.
Well, yeah, what do you want?
Probably for us to get out, but maybe I'm being
Yeah.
presumptuous.
So I think what you're seeing here is kind of the final offer on the table. Y'all don't know what you're dealing with,
Oh, and you
and
do.
they're offering you a way out. Maybe not Major Winters up there. He's in a lot of trouble. But they're offering you a way out. And more than that, they're offering you a spot.
Yeah. Okay. Do you believe that nonsense? Did they offer you a spot too?
Well, if
You
y'all
really
know
think
what's...
at the end of this you'll be up there with them, ruling the world?
I don't know if you take me for stupid, but no, I don't think
I,
I'll be up there with them. What I will be is alive when they turn
mm,
this world upside down
mm-hmm.
and
That's what they all
start
say.
well, when they start turning this world upside down.
And that's what you want. The world to be obliterated.
World's going to get obliterated one way or the other. You could be on the right side of this. Well, the winning side.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're 6 feet under, you won't be saying that anymore.
Yeah.
And we'll have, like, the power of gods to dead on our side, but, sucks to suck,
Mm.
I guess. Listen, you can believe
It's,
what you want. You want to believe them? Sure, you'll end up dead by the end of this. You do. If you don't want to believe them, you can help us. Maybe not set the world ablaze.
What did you say your name was? Was it Seth?
Seth Jacobs.
Right. Jacobs. Do you believe in the afterlife?
I certainly do.
Which one?
Mm. Let's say I have a vested interest in the one they got downstairs.
Well, this isn't really my area of expertise, so I might hand you over to Lane then, but you do realize that when you die, your good deeds and your bad are weighed on a scale, and that helps you decide whether or not that you are going to work away your troubles in the fields or pass on to the afterlife. Am I right, Lane? Is that about the way that that one goes?
It is. How's your scale looking, Seth?
My scale was unbalanced from the beginning. And to be honest, Ro, you
Hmm.
sound like my pa.
I'm not
No.
telling you to get right with God. You're the one that said it's going to turn upside down one way or another.
Who's your pa?
Oh, that's
It might.
I'm sure it does. My
the only thing that
pa
matters is
is,
that he's probably just as disappointed in you as we are.
Well, damn, you went straight to
Oh,
the.
jeez.
Savage.
well,
Upper-
I hate my father. He's short sighted.
Hmm.
And, anyway, you may know him. His name is Set. But see, he don't see the whole picture. Not like I do.
You think that you see the whole picture. What do you think that you see that he doesn't?
Excuse the pun, but Set is real set in his ways. And this endless, stupid struggle with Osiris. For no reason other than they've just always been doing it. It allowed him to become distracted to all of this. So I don't think he'll even see it coming when they come to take the bounty on him, too. Shit, he might even join up with them.
What's the fucking point? Are you doing this to make Daddy mad, or like what? What's going on here? Or are you just a not great person and want to see the world burn?
I don't know. Are
If
you
that's the case,
doing
then I would probably recommend therapy.
Right, Joker.
as the scion of a fellow trickster god? I might say the same of you, Kaz.
See, recent findings don't really say that I'm their child, so I guess that doesn't really count. Though I do need therapy, yeah.
Survey says you're just a dick, and you know, that's that.
So if we can't convince you to either, you don't even have to join us, to just let us do what we need to do and get the fuck out of here, then, you might want to pray to whatever death god you give a shit about. And if it's the one down there, you're
It's
fucked.
not taking calls right now.
Just chop him up again.
You could talk to my daddies. Kind of a dick too, but you could talk to him. Anyway.
I have to level with y'all. I don't want to shoot you. I
Oh, you're
will
not
because
gonna.
that's what I'm getting paid to do if I have to do it. But I see a lot of myself in you.
Oh, here we go. We're not
So,
so different, you and I.
if you all got some offer,
I've offered it. You
which
kind of
is what?
turned down. Did you miss the part where I said I have an entire condo of priceless historical artifacts? I cannot even fathom a number that they would be worth.
Kaz, there's probably vaults of priceless artifacts that they have. And how valuable are
Okay,
they going to
so
be when the world burns?
so what are they offering you? Because if whatever they're offering you sounds like they're kind of desperate to get rid of us, which means we are making waves. They're scared. If they're willing to pay you whatever, doesn't
They
it sound
sent
like
you into
we're
a
on
meat
the right
grinder.
side?
Yeah,
I
I
think they
mean,
would have given you more backup than a. I've fought one of those before. I think wasn't so hot.
Kaz, you want to make me some kind of persuasion roll?
Can I assist?
Yeah.
Because I'm also shit talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is suddenly D&D where we're just like, what's the we're just like spitting out like mean words.
Oh,
oh, like vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Mockery.
cutting words.
If I
Rowan just like
if I
slammed.
remember, no, I don't remember. Is it that you add my points in a skill? Is that how that
What
goes?
what you would do is you would make some kind of a skill roll.
Okay.
Obviously, these would both be social rolls, so you're going to make a social roll plus a skill.
I'm gonna do
Rose
persuasion
successes.
and oh, sorry. Yeah, my success. Sorry.
Rose successes would essentially add an enhancement up to 3 to
Okay.
Kaz's successes.
Persuasion and manipulation seem right.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That is what
See
I'm
how we
using.
go. Ooh, 1. Ooh, 10. That's 3 successes to add
Okay.
to your.
I also got 3 successes.
Okay, so it works out to about a 6, and then let me.
I love that
make
the
the
vibe. It doesn't always work, but I love that the vibe of this group of assholes. If someone shows up and is like, "I'm gonna kill you," and they're like, "Really, little baby? Are you gonna kill us?"
Always.
Or
Are you sure about that?
not.
Why don't you go cry? Go home, bye bye. Like that's literally
Jericho's just
Like-
finding themselves somewhere between like nausea and attraction. That's it, man.
It's either mockery or just straight killing. Like
yeah,
no
we're
questions
either
asked.
like, all
Just
right.
we either just
Are
murk
we
some poor
are we the
motherfuckers.
murder hobos?
It's if they have
Right now?
if the character model is named, we mock them. If it's just like guard one, we just murk the shit.
Yeah.
I see no problem with this.
so
We're the worst.
so I too got 6 successes.
Woohoo! Showdown.
But yeah, I think ties go to the attacker on that. So
Yeah, Teddy.
so Seth seems like he's listening.
Well, I mean,
Go on. Do you what you're trying to say is that you think they sent me down here because y'all are so dangerous that you can stop them.
sweetheart, look where we are.
Yeah, but you all walked right by a bunch of morons. No
Well,
pun
there's no
intended.
denying that.
No offense intended. He turns to the Minotaur.
You know who we also didn't so much as, well, I guess we did sort of just walk on by him, but Hephaestus and his big old, machine, Talos. I don't know if they told you what happened with him. That might just happen to you and your buddy there.
Nothing was bigger than a
If
Minotaur
Significantly,
and
actually.
firier.
Mm.
And listen, if our, you know, persuasive talk isn't enough for you, our good old buddy Nemesis here offered, some talking to his daddy. We've all got some daddy issues. Maybe some closure of a sense might help.
And we can
Let
all
me
go
ask
get
you
group
something,
therapy
pal.
and what was that, Nemesis?
Let me ask you something. Do you really think they're gonna do any better?
No, I do not.
We're not trying to kickstart the grand plan or reshape the cosmos or anything. We're just trying to save lives. And at the end of the day, that's it. Now you can get in our way and we can fight. Someone will get shot. Someone will get hurt. Folks might die. Or you can just let us go about our business and see what happens. I don't know what they're talking about paying you with, but in this grand new utopia that they're trying to build, do you really think money's going to mean anything?
I'm getting paid in money per se. I'm getting paid in security.
Security for what, your life? We're trying to prevent them from taking that too. Just let us go, man.
Do you think that they're going to keep their promise to you when all this is over? You genuinely think that they're going to say, yeah, we'll protect you? Or do you think they're going to get rid of you the instant that you become disposable? Because I'm kind of thinking it's the latter.
The fact is, you're hedging your bets. But you know what we're capable of. So, are you afraid you might be betting on the wrong horse?
Or cow, as it were.
You make a point.
We often do, unfortunately, for most people.
And he's got his hand, he moves his hand to his holster as if he's considering his next action. He doesn't look like he's going to draw, but he's kind of thinking about it. And is there one of you who's particularly perceptive?
My
What is the? It's not perception. What is the?
That's a good
That
question.
way.
I'm trying to
No,
remember.
not perception.
Look at somebody's sheet here.
Empathy?
Empathy will
Maybe.
work for this.
I've got a 4.
I've got a 3.
I've
yeah.
got a 3. Empathy.
This would be like a social plus an empathy.
Okay.
I could do presence plus empathy. That'd be 8.
Mine would also be 8, but I'm happy for you to do it if you like.
Do you
I
need
mean-
somebody to roll for you?
Yes, please.
Oh, I can do that. There we go. I will roll, but I'll roll for Nemesis.
Teamwork.
I
You
will
can
also
all-
roll.
Well, you can all roll too if you want, because that's a chance at momentum.
Sure,
With-
you roll.
Yes.
The possibility of complications, but
First roll is for Nemesis. Right, Nemesis. We have 1, 2. Holy shit. 3, 3, 4, 5 successes. 2 of them are 10s. Give me a second. 6 successes for Nemesis.
okay.
I got 4.
4.
I might as well give it a shot. I've got 8 dice for row as well.
You.
All right, so that's 6 for Nemesis. That's 1, 2, 3 for row.
And Lane is or Megan, you're rolling too.
6 total for Lane. Yeah.
Okay.
Logan, you rolling?
I don't think I have anything to contribute at the moment.
Jericho's
Unless-
just like,
Jericho just saw someone's head explode, and they're pretty fucked up.
That's
Jericho is still looking at a twitching corpse.
Yeah,
Like,
just like,
oh,
Jesus.
meanwhile,
Holy
the rest of us
fuck.
are like, just another Sunday.
Right?
Just
Yeah.
another manic Monday.
Lane's like, oh yeah, I think I dealt with one like that a couple of weeks ago.
Just trying to process if we're gonna fight them or not. If we are and it goes aggressive, they're just gonna blast fire. If not, then they're just gonna let the people handle stuff.
It's either blast fire or cry. Those are the two.
Those are his 2 moods right now.
So, those of you who rolled on this will notice 2 things. Number 1 is that you hear the squads coming down the stairs. And it looks like probably about 10 people. But the other thing that you notice is that the Minotaur, who had these kind of just coal black eyes, those eyes go red, and it immediately turns and swings at Seth. So,
Nifty. Okay.
All right, fuck yeah.
Asshole moose.
I think Ro will shout, Seth, get over here.
but it's I'm gonna resolve that attack first.
Oh, hang on.
Talk about brutal. I love it.
Are you okay,
We
CJ?
can't fix him. It's okay.
I was just trying to think. I was
He
thinking
can't
about doing
accept-
steps sideways to grab Seth. I think I'd like to do that. I think it's cinematically important that we show a little faith in this man. Um,
Show faith in a man?
I know. When you take a move action cross a distance, instantly ignore hazardous or difficult terrain. As long as you see the destination, you can make the move. I am willing. I don't know how you want to do this, Ian, but I am willing to. Ro's not going to just throw themselves in the way, but they're trying to get Seth out of the way. So I'm willing to do some sort of roll to see if they end up in harm's way trying to do this.
So he will, the Minotaur will hit Seth. But if you try to jump in front of Seth, you will probably take that hit.
Okay, so okay. It was not exactly my intention. That was exactly the opposite of my intention. I was definitely
So
not trying to jump in front of him to
Okay,
make this
okay.
hit. I'm
Explain
trying
it
to
to me
either
again.
shove him out of the way or pull him away, but I am definitely willing if you want me to make some roll to see if that gets me in the way. Does that make sense? Like I'm not trying to be a wall here, but
Right,
I'm
right. That would be
acknowledging
a poor decision.
The consequences of
but
rules.
but I'm just acknowledging the fact that that puts me in the line of fire. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can you teleport me in your stead? Because I'll happily be a wall.
I don't think I can. I'm just rereading it just to make sure, but I think this is more about moving myself. Yeah, it's just that I cross distance instantly when I take the move action. It would be smarter to put you there, but I don't think I'm physically capable of doing so.
So what I would have you do is the movement is no problem. You just port, and so you want to try to push him.
Yeah, push or pull, whatever would make the most sense based on the setup.
Okay, so what we'll do is roll something for push or pull. That would be a physical. And it will add to his defense.
Okay. Can I make the argument if he's starting to move, if I'm trying to use his momentum, can I use dexterity instead of might? Okay.
I think that would be fine. Yeah.
And then what should I be pairing that with? That would probably be something like athletics or close combat, which I don't have. So just straight up dexterity. Let's go. Okay, that's not the worst I've ever seen. 110. It's another 10. That's 4 successes.
4 successes. So that will put. Okay, so here's what happens is that the Minotaur swings a big, meaty metal Minotaur fist at Seth.
Metal.
And then you kind of come in and do this kind of dexterous like spin or something that like kind of pushes Seth out of the way, and the Minotaur misses. But it's very clear that if he had hit Seth, he probably would have knocked him, clear across the room. Very hard.
When I'm allowed to move again, I'm definitely gonna liminal step my ass out of there. But
so now we have to go to initiative. So
Yes.
Initiative, we're going to do initiative the real way we're supposed to do it, which is that each of you roll your initiative roll, and it adds, basically it creates player slots for initiative. And then from there, you all can decide amongst yourself like who goes first in the first player slot and such. So first thing we're gonna do, I gotta roll my initiatives.
Remind us again what sorry, it's the middle of the night. What things we need to do for initiative, like which
Yeah.
two?
How do we do that?
Yeah, initiative is let me remember this. So it's gonna be like your cunning plus a combat skill. But I have the house rule
right.
that if you decide not to take a direct combat action, you could use a different skill, but that will prohibit you from, like, say, attacking. But you can do other things in combat other than attack.
And also, Ace, how many dice am I rolling for you?
6.
Okay, I'm gonna roll mine first because I've got the right number. And
I'm gonna
One.
do cunning medicine, Ian, and I will not be attacking.
Okay.
And I will not be attacking.
nemesis. Oh, geez, I am rolling so well for nemesis. All right, that is out of the 6. That is 4 successes for nemesis.
Okay.
2 for row.
Can I ask a question before I roll initiative, Ian?
Yes.
What I don't remember the layout of this place. Is there a door that leads to Osiris?
It's a hatch kind of in the back of the room.
Okay. Sorry, my headphones just fell. I would like to roll. I'm gonna roll cunning and subterfuge, and I'm not gonna be attacking.
I got 7.
7?
Yes.
I have 4 successes.
I got 1.
Well, thank you for filling out that last initiative slot for us.
Oh, absolutely. It feels right because, yeah. The guy who just exploded the man's head just got chopped by an axe, possibly. And it's all very intense now.
Jericho, it's okay. I got him out of the way.
Right.
That being said, from an out of character perspective, because the combat,
Go for it.
I would definitely.
You beat me to it.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, thank you. I think I will take that opportunity if everyone's cool with it, because I would like to not die. Because Ro is has impulse control issues, apparently. So yeah, so the first thing that Ro's gonna do with that initiative slot is move back out of range. And then I believe sorry, I believe that since I don't know if it, yeah, this is a good time for this. Sorry, I'm being cryptic.
That's why I love you.
Thank you. Ro's gonna realize that they don't have the time to pull their gun out on this Minotaur. Because Ro's favorite thing to do is cast gun.
What do you have? A gun!
A gun! No! And so instinctively, without really fully realizing what they're doing, they just reach their hand out as if to like stop or shoot, and I am going to use my thing that I've had forever and never used, Claw of the Raven, which adds my adds tags natural and arcing to pistol as its natural. I don't have to. It just comes from me. So, from what I understand from the natural tag, it is just a part of me. So I shoot, instead of shooting gun, I shoot claw, which feels like the natural progression for
I
growth.
love that.
And yeah, it looks like a raven claw or something of that nature just comes from their hand and shoots at this minotaur, hopefully hitting it, but let me roll to find that out.
I like to imagine that there is like a caw sound that happens too.
It's like a bad, like, late 80s
Yeah.
cartoon. And they're
Oh,
like,
call, bang, fuck, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's just like it comes out and says can't rain all the time.
Oh my god. Rest in peace.
I'm rolling, I was presuming, I'm rolling firearms dexterity. And there's one.
It is still a firearm, so that makes sense.
Jericho will happily go last if people have ideas. Just place the flamethrower where you want it to be.
I do have a buff that I want to do for you guys that will help with hitting.
3 successes.
3?
Mhm.
3.
Considering how many dice I rolled, that's actually kind of a poor number.
Yeah, 3 will not do it.
Cool. Just glances past him and they're like,
So it will not hit the Minotaur. Like it
but
kind
I
of
am out
glances
of the
off
way, and that's what's
Yes,
the
you-
most
you-
important.
You have moved yourself out of the way of a charging metal bull. So,
would
Could
like
that be this metal?
so in terms of deciding the rest of the order, Kaz has a strategy. That would depend, I guess. Can Kaz say it before starting, like deciding order, or because like
So we've got-
it will decide order better if they say the strategy.
yeah, so first we're going to do, because we have a bunch of these slots at 4, so I'm going to do one of my bad guy slots at 4, and then we'll go back to you. So, but yeah, you can talk through it, so that's fine. But just
It's cool. It's set up almost the antithesis of what your standard like battle sequence, where a lot of them are like, no, you wouldn't know unless you're shouting it out loud. This is the story path system is set up for collaboration, so it's something I really like about it. Actually, just taking a moment to highlight that.
yeah, so you're absolutely able to narratively talk through this. So what will happen though is, so Seth is still a story guide character, so he'll go on one of my initiatives, and he's going to spend one of my tension in a bizarre turnaround, because I think you've convinced him to help you. So he basically jumps back to get out of the way of the bull, and he is spending one of my tension, and he kind of like does this weird thing where he kind of spins and opens his coat, and this inky black darkness fills the room. And now, to tell you what that does, is that will impose a complication on everybody in the room, except one of you, and him, that's like blindness, so it's very difficult to see now. Except if you can see in darkness. Nemesis can see clearly through darkness, so... so that's what he does. So now we'll go back to the players.
How is
So
that helping
Kaz,
us?
He might just be trying to save his own life.
I mean, true. So Kaz just curses, like, what the fuck? And, would it be known information, like, or would Kaz know that Nemesis can see in the dark?
Yeah, he would have mentioned it at some point.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could probably...
So what the fuck? That kind of puts a fucking damper on what I was thinking. Nemesis, since you can see, we need you to guide us to that hatch, because as soon as we can get into the hatch, Jericho over here can seal it with some heat. It's a metal hatch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Weld us fucking in. I'm sure we can find a way out, but that keeps them out. But we can't see, so Nemesis, we need you.
Okay.
Alternatively, if we think that we can beat this thing up, I can make it easier.
You can make it easier whether we beat it up or not.
Well, yeah, but I specifically can, make it easier to deal with that one.
Well, here's the thing, is there's that one, and then there's foot soldiers coming, behind him. So we kind of gotta go.
Yeah.
And they're saying this as they're just kind of slowly backing up and hoping that it's towards the hatch, because they looked at it and before lights out. And that could be their action if since I did not want to go into combat with the Minotaur.
I mean,
But that was their strategy.
so is
Love
that
it.
like your action is just yelling all that, or do you want to?
Yelling all that and then moving in the direction slowly that I'm, I saw the hatch.
Okay.
And
towards.
actually, wait, hold up. So we're trying to go towards. Is the hatch where we felt like Osiris's? Okay.
Absolutely.
So
I think
could I?
and
just-
Nostradamus, in fact, told you that too. So he's down that
Okay.
hatch. So
So could I just on our collective turn, just try and guide us based off of where my arm is leading? Using my arm as a dowsing rod to get closer.
Yeah, but Nemesis can literally see in the dark also.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if Nemesis is able to do something that only somebody who can see can do, that would be ideal. Because I can do this. If there's something that he can do that I can't.
I mean, he doesn't just have to
maybe.
direct us. He can do whatever
Oh,
he
that's
wants. I'm
true.
just thinking that he would be a good guide.
I'm also checking to see. I don't think I can activate a knack again. I'm trying to figure out if I can or not, because technically I can move avoiding all complications.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
I
you
could just
you
get...
can have as many active knacks up as you have dots and callings.
Okay, hold on.
So-
I think I'm actually fine then. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, so that's so okay. So we've done Kaz's turn. We're gonna do Bad People turn, and
But during that conversation roll, we'll be like, good plan. I can handle myself. Get there fast as you can. Sort of thing. Just to clear anyone's
roll.
concern about Ro.
row high or low.
Hi.
Good for you. Okay. So one of these squads of mooks peels to the right, trying to catch. They're trying to catch Seth, and they will fire at him.
Very much need to go next.
Well, you will be able to go next too. So
Yeah.
let's see. So yeah, so they will hit him. So these guards look like they pull these weapons up that shoot what could only be described as incendiary rounds. And they hit him, and he will take some damage.
Would they hit?
They hit Seth.
Also, when did these guards get in? Because I imagined like on their way. I did not.
They
hear
they
you say
they
that.
they pulled in right about the time that the Minotaur changed and swung. So I will, yeah. So basically, yeah, they will. He'll take a hit. He'll take a damage, and he is now has the complication of suit on fire. So that sounded painful, but at least it wasn't Ro they shot at. So, I think that puts us on a, yeah, y'all's. Your other
You guys
four.
mind if I go? I activate the knack. They're everywhere.
Okay.
The field we are fighting in becomes divine. Any enemy who enters this field, I am granted 1 attack against them, regardless of range. I can make this attack regardless if I have taken other actions. So basically, I get to destroy everyone here.
WrestleMania!
Pretty much. It's going to become
Let's
a Royal Rumble.
go! You use it and suddenly like
cage
an
pops up.
entire cage pops up around.
I guess that puts us at who do you want to swing at first?
So let me ask you this. Are these just bog standard mooks?
Oh, it's the police. Pretty much, yeah. They're what we call specialists, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, yes, they're not. Don't seem to be superhuman.
Can we
Maybe they have some special equipment, but not superhuman.
Can we safely assume that I would theoretically pretty much take all of them down if I were to roll attacks against all of them?
So yeah, if we were to roll it individually, each one of them has a defense of, I think, 2.
Yeah.
And a health of 1. So if you
Right.
get 2 successes on each one, you will.
Considering I'd be rolling 10 to 11 dice per, I think it's safe to assume that I would probably just mow through them. Can we just cinematically say that I just annihilate the mooks and then turn my attention to the Minotaur?
Yeah, so we would say that. Yeah, I think we could say that your action is just to annihilate them.
Yeah.
Just completely, and then let's see. So the Minotaur. So the Minotaur doesn't count as like the free attack because the Minotaur was already in the field. So
Mhm.
you could take your regular action against the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Scion. It's gods punching each other in the face.
Love it.
So, yeah. Well, give me how you get these 10 dudes.
Well, basically with a mighty war whoop, Nemesis will leap in and begin to, headlock, Irish whip, lariat, and clothesline all of them into little broken piles of men. He'll finish off the last one with a superplex and then immediately stand up in the Minotaur's face. And while the Minotaur is looking just... And now it's on.
All right. What do you want to do with the
Would you mind
Minotaur?
terribly rolling 10 dice for me?
I will do this.
I'm sorry, my brain just stopped working. 10?
Yes.
I've got you. That should be all of them, but let me count really quick. I was just like, yeah, dice.
Yeah, you have
That's
real
me.
ones.
Okay. Oh, we've got some 10s in here. Oh my god. You've got 3 10s in here. Plus 1, 2, more successes. That's 5 already. 6, 7.
7?
I'm gonna go
Okay,
down
so
now.
you will meet the Minotaur's defense of 4. So you will do 1 damage to it regardless. From there, you could spend another 2 to do a critical and do 2 damage to it, or you could use those successes to create complications on it, grapple it.
Okay.
What do you want to do with your successes, I guess?
So I got I got 7.
Okay.
He had 4. We're using the 3 successes left over. It does 1 damage. I can spend 1 more success to do a critical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could I spend the last success to activate snare?
Yep. And what does
Okay.
that do again?
You trap the target in place. Any intent to move, disengage, etc. must use the athletics plus dex against my knack skill roll.
Okay.
So basically, I've got him pinned.
Yeah. Okay. So, if it comes to that, we'll have you make that knack skill roll when it tries to move.
Yep.
And yeah. So, and you just, by the way, this is important. You just used like your fist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's critical for this. Okay. So yeah, you do 2. So what happens? Yeah, you've got this Minotaur pinned down. You do notice that. So now actually it's the Minotaur's turn. And yeah, it looks like you punched him, and it does look like if it were a creature that wasn't made of metal, it looks like it would be kind of bleeding.
Yeah.
But you do notice it spits out like one of its teeth, and you see the tooth grow back, and it heals 1 damage. But it is its turn, and it is pinned, so really it has to try to break your pin.
Yep.
All right. How many successes did you get?
Hang on. I'm rolling the same thing, right?
Yeah, whatever you're using for your knack skill roll, which is probably it's probably gonna be like strength plus close combat, or
Yeah.
strength plus wrestling, or
Can somebody roll 10 dice for me, please?
Gotcha. I don't know why I keep putting these away. Alrighty. Ooh, we've got some 10s again. Only 2 10s this time. And let's see how many successes we had otherwise. Ooh, okay. 3 successes and 2 10s. So we've got 5 successes so far, and I've got to roll these 10s. Ooh, nice. 7 successes.
okay. Fortunately, because I am a very bad roller, I rolled 13 dice and only got 4 successes. So the Minotaur remains snared.
Okay.
At this point, yeah. So it should be another one of your turns.
Yes, and I do want to, now that we've kind of done some stuff, Lane is going to imbue a point of legend to utilize the Way of All Flesh, which
Summons a floating pile of flesh.
exactly. No. You sap a character's life force. All attacks against this character gain the aggravated tag for one scene. When they take damage, they treat their defense plus armor total as 1 point lower than it actually is to determine the injury complication.
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna make things hurt a lot more for this guy.
Okay, and does that require a knack skill roll?
I know I imbue.
Oh,
Point of legend
it's a
for
Bew
it.
legend. Okay, yeah, that doesn't really
Yeah.
require a roll because it's not like there's nothing. I don't think there's anything I can contest with that without using super magic or something. But okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. And then, if possible, just try to continue utilizing my arm to guide towards the exit, since Nemesis is arm wrestling with this motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that leaves us with just Jericho's action.
So it's like pitch black in here, right?
It's real dark. Yes.
Okay. Can't see Jack. Okay, I think Jericho gets a little freaked out by that out of nowhere, not being able to see what's going on, and so they just kind of yell out like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And they are just going to. I think they'll use their knack, raise the pillars of the earth, and just try to like kind of build something around them ever so slightly that starts to grow, but trying not to hurt anyone around them if they can't tell where anyone is.
So are you just kind of building a defensive structure around yourself, essentially?
Yeah. Or, I mean, preferably something a little bigger, actually, that could maybe go around our buddies. But I can't really see where they are. So he's having a bit of a panics.
I imagine that Lane is like leading them with like their voice, like they're feeling. I don't know where Megan went, but they're using their arm to do the thing. They're being like, "Hey, follow my voice."
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, if we're running, then I can follow. I must have missed that, which is okay. I did have camera problems earlier, and I was
Not to
kind
speak
of
for
tuned
Megan,
out.
but that's what I assumed.
Yeah, if we're running, then I think, yeah, I will just try to follow after that then.
Okay. All right, so that's round one. That'll put us back up to the top of
Get out of
initiative
the
order.
darkness. Yeah.
And basically one of y'all can go first.
Or just keep the order.
Yeah, I don't mind then. If no one else has something urgent, what I
Is there a limit, like an edge to the darkness?
It's pretty much in the entire room.
Okay.
I would like to.
Bro.
Yeah, what's up?
Can
you wanna go?
teleport?
Oh.
Can you teleport its head off?
No.
No, I don't think it does that.
Afraid I can't. Afraid I can't do that. In fact, maybe now is not the time to clarify. I'm not actually teleporting. I'm just moving faster than you can see. Ro is going to try to put Seth out, as he is currently on fire.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
I think in the absence of water, they've got kind of like their big jacket thing on. That's kind of like this, but more jackety. I think they're just gonna whip that off and start patting him down with it like a blanket.
Okay. If you're just walking over there and doing that, I don't think that's dramatically interesting to do like a skill roll on that.
I think we were pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
My full plan was to put him out and then move to the hatch, grab him and move to the hatch.
Okay. So we'll say that you put him out. I mean, he's probably putting himself out too.
I'm glad
And
he's not just standing there on fire like someone help me. That speaks
Oh.
well. Maybe he'll aid us yet.
yeah, so he's kind of helping put himself out, and then a little confused, he will take your guidance.
Just grabs him by the arm or the wrist or whatever, and just yeets them both unobtrusively or unobstructed. There we go, unobstructed to the hatch, and we'll wait for folks there because I think it would be cheeky to be like, and I open the hatch. So I put him out, and we go to the hatch, and that's my turn.
Okay. So coming to, I think that's the 7. So coming to the 4s. So I'll take a bad guy turn, and the Minotaur will try to fight back and get free.
Somebody mind terribly rolling?
Yeah, go ahead. And
Well, you have 10s again, so that's exciting. Wow, goodness gracious. Alright, so that's 5 successes, including the 2 10s, and just 6 successes this time.
okay, it's still enough that the Minotaur did not beat those successes, so it will continue to try to struggle and wrestle with Nemesis, and it's not going well for the giant Minotaur. So that takes us to a player slot.
So I'm not sure where everybody is at right now. It sounds like Nemesis is like hip deep in it. And then
I think everybody's making their way towards the hatch except for Nemesis, who
Ro and Seth are at the hatch.
Yeah,
And
you're kind of
Nemesis
moving.
has the Minotaur ensnared, so it can't move, but is currently still engaged with the Minotaur.
We haven't set a date yet.
oh yeah. Do you want
We'll be
to
there, don't worry.
do you want to do some wedding planning there, Nemesis?
Do I get an invite?
Okay. So I think what I want to do is incapacitate this thing so that it can't follow us, and then disengage and follow the others and get everybody into the hatch.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
My first thought is tear its head off.
Well, damage against it's aggravated, so
So I'll do that.
or attacks against it are aggravated.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and
And he's also down 2 defense, so
yeah.
from being wrestled and being like hexed essentially.
Polymorph Shakti Day, dude!
So his defense is only a 2 right now.
Okay. So somebody could roll 10 dice for me.
CJ's doing so good already. I don't want
Yeah. CJ's
nobody
like,
else fuck it up.
Is it wrong that I keep calling the Minotaur? I guess it's a bull, so it would be a he. So I was just thinking about that. Am I assuming a Minotaur's gender? But
1, 2, 3, and another 10. Okay, this time just 4.
4? That'll still hit. with a net of 2 successes.
Okay.
So he will take a damage.
That isn't off.
He'll take an aggravated damage.
He'll take an aggravated damage, which mostly is narrative flair for story guide characters.
Okay.
Um,
So what
let me
I'll
think
do?
let me think for a second.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't do this with aggravated damage. I think. Go on. What you want to do
I
with
was
the
gonna
other
say,
2 successes?
I would like to just try and grab its horns, and if I can't tear its head off, at least break its neck, maybe.
Okay. We'll take those 2 successes and put an additional two complication on that, or real messed up neck.
Yeah. And
That works for
basically,
me.
like I'm not necessarily trying to kill it or destroy it. I'm mainly just trying to like incapacitate it for the next couple rounds so that we can GTFO.
Okay. Perfect. So I will use my other bad guy turn, which will just be for Seth. He's the only bad guy left. The other ones are just paste at this point. And he will do some weird things as he says to you, Ro, he's like, we try to get to the hatch?
Yeah, we need it open. I mean,
All right.
you can't go out the other way. The only way is down.
All right. I don't know if I like your game plan, but here goes. Spending 2 tension, he will increase the darkness complication. Like the darkness gets darker. And unless you are resisting, he physically grabs you and begins to fly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Space cowboy.
I thought they were already at the hatch.
Well, he's basically I'm thinking that's what he's using his move, and he's maybe not flying like through the air, but he comes off the ground and gets to the hatch faster. Maybe he's just showing off.
You know what? He let me grab him. I'll return the favor.
So, yeah, you basically
Lane
fly to the hatch.
disapproves.
So this will take us to. That'll take us to. Well, no, I guess Jericho, have you already went this round? No, so you can do something, and
Yeah,
Cass
I guess
as well.
in this
And
case,
then-
Jericho's gonna imbue Legend to just get their fire at the ready and just kind of like almost innately they can just feel the fire of like anxiety, how you get like kind of warm and flustered while in this because it's getting darker and they don't quite know what's going on, but they're going towards the sound, so they'll be
Okay.
able to probably melt something when they get there.
Well,
If they're there, but we gotta wait until people get in.
yeah, and turning on fire probably does actually reduce the complication a little bit because it's dark, but now you are actually lighting up. So,
Oh, sweet. Okay, so it's can
I'll
be
say it.
interactive. Sweet.
Yeah, I'll say at this point it's down to a 1, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much at this point. So that'll take us to the end. Or Kaz, you got anything?
I mean, just getting to the hatch, and Lane also did. Did Lane go?
I
this round? What do you
think I think this round is the round that I did the Way of All Flesh
Oh, I thought they
situation.
were the last round.
Again, given flesh.
Anyway, Kaz is just trying to get to the hatch.
Do you want to open the hatch?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we could say that because I figured you were the one that hightailed it there the fastest, because maybe you're close to being the fastest too. So you can open the hatch this round, which will take us
Ooh,
back
yeah.
to the.
Roll for it, or
The hatch is not locked.
what?
The hatch is not locked, so you can just.
Yep.
You you
In
can open it.
a show of something like selflessness, Kaz will open the hatch and not immediately jump in and hurry everyone along.
Aw.
Oh.
Character growth.
But they do
No.
scream, "Get the fuck inside now!" as they do it.
Be careful, Kaz. That character development's gonna make me fall in love with you.
Just like,
Rose face shift that just happened.
Ro approves.
Kaz is just like, "Yeah, I don't have time to process this right now. Get in."
So
Hurry
it
up
will,
over
The face change that happened, CJ.
that will
That was amazing.
that will take us up to the top of what would be round 3, which again, the players have the first slot. So you've got a very
Never heard of
overcomplicated
Level.
minotaur.
Yeah.
An overcomplicated minotaur.
Great name for
I
a
love
band. Or a memoir. So, yeah, Nemesis will disengage and head to the hatch.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay.
Jericho will go last to burn the hatch to weld it.
So we can say that you'll get to the hatch, and now it is the Minotaur's turn. Looking a little wonky because it's like basically it's metal, but it's kind of like you know.
I'm sorry, what was that again, Ian?
Meh.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
Things are looking pretty bad.
Oh, God.
So he's gonna try. He's gonna try to move towards you.
No.
I hope he's making those noises.
I heard that.
All right. I hope you all had a lot of fun tonight, and that's how we'll end. No. So,
Really?
yeah, the Minotaur will attempt to start to move. So if you're disengaging, does that take your snare off, or is your snare something that exists beyond you?
I think it exists beyond me. Because it doesn't
Okay.
say that I have to remain in contact with him.
Okay, well, then it will try to follow you and take a swing at you. But it is very complicated, so the chances of this are pretty bad. What is your defense? It's just your highest
Defense
resistance
is-
stat.
I'm sorry, say again, please?
It's like your highest, like, resilience stat. So probably for you, it's going to be stamina.
Yes, that'd be 4.
4. So somebody roll 4 dice.
Yeah. I'm gonna get, because it's only 4, I'm gonna get my nice metal ones out because they seem to roll nice. Maybe I'm just biased. There we go. I got my 4 favorite dice out. Let's see how we go. What is that? I can't read it. Well, 110 for sure. Okay, and a success. Alright. Okay, that's just 2 successes. I guess out of 4, that's not too bad.
Just 2?
Just 2. The 10 did not. The 10 rolled a 1, so.
Okay. Yeah, he will hit.
Oof.
Fucking steak.
Sorry,
And
Nemesis.
he will do like one damage to Nemesis. That'll be a bruised injury condition,
Mm-hmm.
and it grabs you. So it is trying to physically restrain you. It's a little screwed up on it, but it's definitely trying to physically restrain you. So you are grappled at the moment.
Okay, so did it make its athletics plus dex?
Oh. No. Actually, it didn't. With the other complications on it, no, it didn't. It didn't make it. So never mind. Rewind.
Bonk. Sorry, pal.
Does a real scary job of getting up and looking like he is about to hit you before he just trips over himself because his neck is
He's a little
turned.
messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's messed up.
He steps and there's like a pinch in his back, and he kind of has to like
He has to sit down for a minute.
sit down for a second.
Man, I felt
I
that.
feel called out, yeah.
So, yeah, what are the rest of you doing? It's all you from this point.
If everybody has gone down the hatch, Kaz is waiting for Nemesis.
I'm apparently flying down the hatch.
Yeah, you.
Lane is also like trying to, at the very least, like they're waiting until Nemesis gets like close to the hatch at least, or like almost to the hatch. And they were kind of like watching, like biting their nails at the hatch, like while Nemesis was dealing with this. But as Nemesis is getting closer, they're like, okay, and just getting ready to jump in after Nemesis. Like, let's go.
Okay, so
I will say, Logan's not here, but if it's like a ladder down situation, then Jericho will have to be last.
Oh, I think he did say that he was going to be last.
Okay, cool.
So, left-hand combat there.
Very last.
So, we're back, obviously. As you all start to descend down the hatch, you do hear what sounds like to you angry hooting bull noises, but there's definitely a little bit of a touch of like pain and sadness in them. And Seth kind of looks up there and he says, I think this one's on y'all. I think I gotta go up there and make the right decision.
I'm sorry, what's that exactly?
I think that that thing up there, it didn't mean it. You know, it's just an animal.
Excuse me for being a bit insensitive, but isn't it a robot?
Well, more like a mechanized something. But there aren't gears inside of it. There's blood and, I don't know, thoughts, and I got a lot I gotta make up for, I think.
You gonna
But
be
y'all
able
were
to
right.
get out all right?
I'll be fine.
Wait a minute, you were saying we were right. Go back to that.
Yeah, they weren't gonna let me go. So, I think I'm gonna walk my own road for a while.
You
First,
know-
I gotta put that old boy down up there.
Well, if you're at odds with, your old man, maybe we can form a new, better bond, because, our dads don't really get along, per se. So maybe, we could be
Yeah,
friends?
Maybe old Nemesis here is right. Maybe we can be better.
We can.
Yeah.
You be
I
careful,
mean-
dude.
we've lived through enough stuff that they never have, so I figure we're wiser than they are at this point. Maybe. Is that a bold statement to make? Yes. Do I care? No.
At least we understand.
Y'all take care of what you need to do down there. I'll take care of things up there. And then you burn this place to the ground.
Happily.
I think
get
that
out
one's
before
got
we
this
leave.
covered. And Lane kind of like gestures to Jericho.
Look us up when you're ready.
It's gonna take some time. I think you all got a road ahead of you, and I got a road ahead of me.
Excellent timing.
Come
But
on.
we can hear your music, Logan.
I heard.
Cowboy
Was that
times.
Logan?
I pressed play on accident.
It was, however, incredibly
wondering.
excellent timing.
It was
I
great.
apologize.
No.
Oh my God.
Don't.
Excuse-
I was like, he's
excuse
trying to
me.
play like a theme song as
No.
Seth left, and I was like, that's the wrong output, I think.
Excuse me.
My fault. I apologize.
Excuse me. I gotta
Um,
take this cowboy call.
Howdy.
Giddy up.
He just talks like a businessman on the phone.
Yep.
Hey,
So-
yeah, Jim,
You
what
get
can
those
I do for
DPS
you?
reports, Jim?
Yeah. So I'll have oh yeah, absolutely. Buy, sell, buy. Definitely
Trade.
sell. Thank you.
Ooh, lock it down.
Well, time to hit the old dusty trail. Like,
Thank you.
Are we welding this thing shut after he leaves or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
He's got
Could
his
do-
own
yeah.
path to wander, like a true cowboy. He must take the path of freedom.
He must
And
take
So-
the
that
street.
means I have
the
to walk
street
the
of
path
wall.
behind him.
See you again,
Also-
Seth.
That's his own grave.
I'll take care of this. You all take care.
Everything's fine.
And he will climb out of the hatch and close it behind him. And probably shortly after, you can hear the sounds of gunshots.
Well, since he's busy up there with Old Yeller, Jericho, do you want to seal up the hatch?
Oh yeah. Jericho goes and does that, and it just melts melts it down. There's no tact or finesse to it. They don't know what the fuck they're doing for this kind of thing, but they're having fun with the way that it's melting. It's really enjoyable to see. They're kind of like when a kid learns that you can just put like a hairdryer to like a crayon, but with metal. Right now, they're like, oh fuck yeah! It's all warm.
So hopefully there's another way out, but you know.
Yeah, we have Nemesis if not. You can bust it
No,
out.
you
can just-
actually.
Continue to melt it until it just.
That too.
Good point. So, I assume everyone just begins to descend down into the chamber, and you come into what looks to be another room with another lab in it, and kept in some kind of like a liquid matrix around the room. You see these pieces of what appears to be a human being in tanks. Like one has a torso, one has a head, one has an arm, one has a leg, another one has a leg, and you will of course notice that there is one arm short. And that's really all that's in the room, other than maybe the various kind of monitoring equipment that's attached to the tanks.
Could. Okay. Could I do some sort of. like, so I know that, sorry, brain is functioning while I am trying to speak. Is it possible for me to continue to, like, make sure that the cameras are not viewing us as we go?
Yeah, that's been up the whole time.
Okay, cool.
And
I just
think
wanted to
that
make sure that it's continuing.
there's no visible cameras in this room.
Okay. I would like to try and mess with the computer to ideally make it so that the readings like stay consistent for the tanks with the intent to open the tanks and remove the stuff. So like try and give the appearance that readings are normal so we don't set off any alarms. So we need to put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Before we just do that, do we have confirmation that this is the body parts of Osiris?
I mean,
I
yeah,
just want to make
Lane,
sure.
you can.
You didn't say. You just said there's body parts and tanks, and I don't want us to
Oh,
be like,
that's fair.
"This is Osiris, totally."
Mm-hmm.
Well, to
I
be fair,
assumed
no
since
one.
there was one arm short, but yes.
Yes,
Good to
but
clarify.
To be fair, no one knows what Osiris looks like. But Lane, this definitely feels like Osiris.
Okay, yeah. I've seen him in my dream.
Yeah, and it
Once.
definitely kind of looks like the person you'd seen in your dream, except not as
Separated.
corpsey looking. Like he looks more fresh.
Yummy.
Way
Okay.
to put that.
Oh. Ty just
Kaz teleports away.
Kaz is gone from existence. They blend in so well. But yeah, I mean, Lane will just sort of say, I'm pretty sure this is Osiris, and I think we need to get him out of these tanks and try and put him back together. That feels like what I'm supposed to do. And I think that's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that kind of what he instructed me to do when I spoke with him? Previously was to find him and...
Yeah, it seemed like he was a little unsure of it, but he was definitely giving you the sense that you should go find him and get him out. But it was kind of weird and philosophical because he wasn't really sure if he was real.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's been a while since we did that scene, so...
Yeah. Are any of us really real? Yeah. But yeah, so... Unless anybody has any objections or comments or concerns, Lane will start trying to like fuss with the system.
Ain't that gonna involve taking your own arm off?
Well, it might not have to. I suppose there's
parting
one
gift
way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he gave it to me before he got ripped apart, I imagine, so it's probably fine.
Fair enough.
But we'll see. And I mean, I guess I don't really need my left arm. Regardless if, you know, I do lose it, so.
If you want possible insights for information, you can try to roll for those as well. But
oh, sure.
Or you can do whatever you want. Like I think the computer thing, it's easier enough that you had a good control over the computer systems already. That making some monitors not read what they're supposed to read is easy to do.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, if there's some roll that I can make to try and discern whether or not, like, just putting these pieces together will cut it, I will 100% do that. if it's like, I mean, based off of mythology and just the origin story of Osiris, you know, being pieced back together, I can roll whatever you want, but I feel like that would be something that I would kind of know and or
Okay.
think of.
Put together a dice pool for that, and Ty, you're raising your hand.
I can either assist or do my own technology check.
Um,
Kaz wanted to see if they had any extra information, like the weird group.
So do you want to hack into the system on your own?
Eventually, but if assisting helps, I could do that too.
Because I think I wasn't gonna have Lane roll for this, just because I think it's kind of part of already the control that you already have.
Mhm.
But if you wanted to use that to kind of get further into the system, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna do intellect occult, I think,
Okay.
because I feel like that makes sense. So that's gonna be 10 dice. So 10.
Roll 'em, roll 'em, roll 'em.
So
Two
got
successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So 5 successes.
Okay, so for 5 successes, you're recalling the legend of Osiris, and of course, what you remember is that Set was jealous of Osiris and chopped him into a bunch of pieces and scattered them across the Nile. And Isis found those pieces and put them back together and basically revived him.
Yeah.
But the implication is that there's all the pieces were there. You know, it's not like Osiris comes back to life with one less arm, or I mean, this is mythology, so we don't really know. And you don't really know, because as of 2 days ago, mythology wasn't real, but now it is. So
Days.
Okay. Yeah.
Good, Nemesis.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I think that keeping that in mind, Lane will try to sort of like, if there is a good table to lay body parts out on, I would like to see if I can requisition some help from my my friends in laying
There's-
out the body parts of my god dad.
so there's no table, but there's good space on the floor. So what you would have
Okay,
to
yeah.
do is just kind of open the tanks up and drain them and pull the different body parts of this person out, and I suppose lay them out in some kind of order, probably in places that they would go. Or you
Yeah.
could be fun and put his head where his butt is. This will be
No.
a funny prank. He'll love it.
Is his butt
Um,
detached?
No, it's just part of his legs.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that like considering Lane's background of like owning and running a mortuary, they're probably like really meticulous about their sort of like putting back together of the body.
Yeah, and then I would say, given that, since you have that skill set, that fluid is probably seems to be embalming fluid.
Okay. Yeah.
That he's kept in. I wanted to ask though, Kaz, were you rolling anything to get more information, or 2?
I had 2 successes.
So for 2 successes, you are able to kind of access that system that has the doctor that comes up, and the doctor says,
No more monkeys jumping in the bed.
no more monkeys jumping
Sorry.
in the bed. No. He says, he kind of like pops up on one of the monitors and says, Osiris is perhaps one of our greatest victories. Anubis was a little simpler, but catching Osiris was a matter of first using one death god to attract another. But now that we have Osiris, we may have the means to control death itself. Think on it. No one ever has to die again. It may even allow things we never thought possible. We may be able to use what we learn here to invade the underworlds. So much. And then kind of the log entry ends.
No one will have to die again, and yet they want to burn the world. Sounds a little contradictory.
They never think things through.
So what
Well-
are you doing? Like, let's say probably while this is going on, you're laying out the pieces of a corpse.
Mhm.
Relatively serene looking corpse, but it appears to be a dead guy.
As Lane is doing that, well, actually, I suppose after Lane is like done laying the pieces together, they would also call on the guide of Dumont, Ghost of Dumont. Ghost of Dumont, yeah. To try and sort of help guide them / bridge a kind of connection, so to speak.
Strangely, the ghost does not answer.
Oh, that's fantastic. Love that. Lane is just gonna try and like lay their arms sort of like over where Osiris is missing his arm and just try to reach out, like mentally, emotionally, and just spiritually, consciously, just trying to see if they can contact Isis specifically, like knowing what they kind of know of the situation, just calling to Isis, trying to get a connection, at least for the sake of putting her hubs. Oh, I almost said hubby. Her
her hubs.
her Osiris back together again.
That's an interesting way to do this, though.
Since like Isis is technically the one who made me.
So you don't get much back, almost as if something is. You kind of feel, I think, what would be a shred of Osiris's consciousness in there, but it's very quiet and it's very asleep or dead. Those things are pretty similar with Osiris. And I guess you get kind of a muffled message back that's almost like a feeling or a sense that says, return the arm to complete him.
Okay. I've seen the Saw movies. Is this like, do I need to chop my arm off and put it here? Because it's not ideal, but I'll do it. Kaz, you look
Yeah,
like you.
Oh, we're
Kaz-
chopping
Kaz-
people up, are we?
Kaz just takes the tattoo knife, like, kind of just does this, and then like the knife is in their hand. It's just, I'm kind of getting the feeling.
Hey, bro. Do you have one of your many pocket flasks?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's probably a great idea, isn't it?
Oh, good.
I want to run around here somewhere, and we'll shuffle around for a moment and pull out probably something that's just like straight moonshine.
Oh, good. Huh.
Save that one for emergencies. This
what were you gonna
seems
say,
like
Ty?
it qualifies.
Real quick, earlier Ace tried to say something.
Oh,
I was gonna try and, you know, and basically put hands on Osiris and travel to the Veil and try and bring him back, even though he's not necessarily fully complete.
So if you do that, you get that same sense like he's like, first of all, the weird thing is crossing the veil here is very, it doesn't seem like you can do it. Something's blocking you. But you do pick up that his consciousness is in there. And maybe that it heard you, maybe that it heard Lane, but we're not quite there.
Okay.
okay. Well, thank you, bro. And, go for it, I guess. Well, one of you. And they just like start chugging
Okay, hold on.
from Rose flask and just.
They'll grab the flask and just pour some on the knife itself, and then also on the arm
Oh, no.
to
No.
sanitize things.
Oh,
Hand the
no. Just do it.
flask
Oh.
And then hand the flask back, and then be like, somebody else do it. I don't have the stomach for that.
Oh, I think
Could do it,
I
but I'm
think
not
that
very
this
strong.
this might taste worse than the than this is gonna feel. Just do
Are you
it.
volunteering, Nemesis?
Straight
Nemesis?
alcohol.
Yeah, hi. Since I can interact with the dead and drag things to and from the veil, can I basically drag the Osiris part out of her actual arm and attach it to Osiris's body?
No. Because it seems like he needs the physical arm itself.
His consciousness isn't in the arm.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna get you a really awesome robotic part when
Yeah,
this is all
thank you.
done.
Well, and at least on the plus side, no matter where you cut it, the scar is just gonna wrap around, so it's fine. It'll match.
Your other arm?
What?
What happened to your arm?
Oh, it's
All right,
long
someone hand me the
story.
knife.
Immediately, Kaz hands it over.
Okay.
One.
Well, and they just take another like big chug from the flask.
It's gonna look
Do
up
it.
and be like, Nemesis, you sure you don't wanna? You're kind of the strong one. I mean, I'm dexterous, but I think it might be faster. If
Nemesis will
Stop
take the
talking
knife and
about it,
hack
just
off
do it.
Lane's arm.
Yes.
So a couple things. Lane, this doesn't hurt at all.
Vomit, man.
Nor does it bleed. And as soon as the arm comes off, and I'll say Nemesis, when you hack it, it feels more like hacking through like an old withered tree branch than hacking through someone's bone or arm. And the arm comes off, and it immediately becomes kind of necrotic and mummified looking.
That was way easier than I thought it was gonna be.
You're telling me. Oh, but I'm really not. Oh, I.
And Lane, you are still essentially missing an arm now at the
Yep.
the forearm, the elbow to
Mhm.
So
forearm.
maybe you should go throw up before it, metabolizes and you're shit faced.
Well, all I had today was some monsters, so I think it's already inside of my system.
So do
Yeah, I
you
don't think that's how that works, but okay,
do you do anything with the arm?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Just
I
set it
feel
in the
like if
right-
I look at it, I'm gonna be not happy about it. So somebody else do
Do you
that.
attach it
Just-
to
I mean, it might kill
Go
two birds
Osiris.
with one stone.
Okay. You put the arm basically where it's supposed to go, and it almost immediately attaches to Osiris. And the
Did
pieces.
you just have Osiris's arm
together.
on you?
Huh?
Did you just have Osiris's arm on?
Yeah, I tried to tell you guys. I wasn't joking. I was not being facetious.
I thought it was like an analogy, a turn of phrase.
Nope. No. That
He
was.
is. He seems to now be an intact corpse, but still quiet.
Yeah, Lane will try once more to reach out to Isis and also the sort of spirit of Osiris to see if there's a stronger connection now that he is complete.
He is in there, but again, it feels like sleeping or like in a coma.
As will look around. Logan, we can't hear you.
I could put a little
Or-
fire on his toesies.
yeah,
Ow!
yeah.
Actually, Jericho, do you have that ability that just remembers all the things? I thought.
Yeah.
So this would be the moment where I'll make this easy. So because you have that ability, is that this is the moment where you kind of remember back in these visions that you had talking to Prometheus and all that.
Oh yes, that's right.
That and remember the whole reason we went to
Mhm.
face this was try to get the spark of life and take it into yourself.
So, with that in mind, Jericho will just, they've imbued that fire. They'll just kind of focus it into their hands and just kind of approach and just tap their leg or something and just try to breathe the flame into it.
Okay. So, yeah, you kind of just push the power of creation itself into this corpse, and almost immediately the corpse sits up.
Shit. Stumble backwards.
And it kind of looks around, and it looks at you, Lane.
Actually, they were
Stands up and just immediately hugs you.
oh,
Oh, I knew somehow it'd be you. Well, it was intended to be you, I suppose, but I hope that it wouldn't have come to this, but thank you. Thank you all. Oh, I'm Osiris.
we
Yeah.
get it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's not obvious. Okay.
Well,
Pleasure.
And he kind of produces his Osiris hat. Okay.
Is it like that hat, or is it like the pharaoh's?
No, in this case it is this hat.
Oh, good.
good.
Fair enough. Hey, think you could do us a bit of a favor and kind of fix your daughter's arm?
Oh, yes, of course. we never meant to take away the original one, but he kind of like looks at your arm and he starts to kind of move his fingers, and a new arm just starts to kind of weave up like the wrappings of a mummy and produces a new forearm for you. It's an old trick. It's a little trick Isis taught me, but it seemed how does it feel?
Feels pretty good. It feels normal.
What year is it?
Would you believe me if I said it was 2023?
So there's no reason
AD,
not to believe you.
I suppose.
Well, there's no reason not to believe you. Anyway, hello. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Hello.
Try to like
Get out.
maybe get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think I can. It's going to take me a bit. But I think if, first is the death field. Do you all feel that?
the thing that's stopping the connection.
Yes, no ghost or spirit can enter or leave here.
Yeah. What do we do about that? If we can do something about it.
Well, I think I'll need a moment to catch my breath, but then it'll take me some time. I think I can bring it down.
Luckily, Jericho welded the hatch shut, so we should have some time.
It's true.
True. It may bring the entire building down.
Oh, well,
That's fine.
we conveniently have a quick way out. So, that's good.
I'm presuming this is some sort of basement or sub-basement, so hopefully we'll have time to get out while the building's coming down. Hope Seth's the hell out of there. He was alright.
I don't know who that is.
Son of Seth. But he did all I know, but he helped us out.
Yeah.
No.
Seth is like Seth Jr.
Set is
Yeah, it wasn't
quite the rascal, but he means well.
added an H really when he named his son.
Oh, that's lovely. How clever.
Yeah.
So cheerful.
No, what I'll do is I will work. I probably can get Anubis up here. Did they still have Anubis?
No, we freed him first.
That's good. He probably came after me and they probably caught him. He's very nice doggy sort of man, but he is very literal.
We got the literal bit a little bit.
Yeah. It seems like it runs in the
Pantheon.
Pantheon. Yeah.
So it does. So I suppose that I owe you an explanation.
Well,
If
how
that
about
can
how about we
happen while we work on getting out of here?
Yeah.
Of course.
We've kind of had people on our hinds for a long time at this point. So it would be nice to get somewhere safe before we start talking.
Soliloquying.
Allow me to start on the death field thing. I do think that there is still a ghost in here, though. I can feel it. Anybody killed recently, or?
Oh, you know what? Oh, hey.
No.
Hey, buddy. And Lane will like call towards their ghost of Dumont that they have been in contact with. You around here?
Oh, I was
Is it
thinking
you?
about Nostradamus, who was shot
Nostradamus.
in the head.
Oh, that's right. That's probably more accurate.
Yeah, your ghost does not answer still, but
Oh, good. Okay. Just
That
wanted to make sure that
seems-
he wasn't.
All right, well,
it's reasonable to assume that if someone was killed here, they can't really leave.
leave.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
Be something worth taking care of on your way out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can make contact now while you set that up. Make contact.
Okay, well,
Um,
I will start the preparations here.
Rose
let's
looking
see.
around for Nostradamus just to see if I can see them.
Same.
Yeah, you kind of think you see him in the corner. So Osiris will. There he is, I think. But first, and he starts to sort of do this thing that like he's almost like weaving papyrus out of his hands and starting to speak in a language you don't know, but also mumbling in English. How do I do something that I've never done before? Let's see. This may take a bit, but carry on for the moment.
Doesn't sound like anybody's pounding at the hatch yet, so
I think very quiet. I think they're soulless automatons at this point.
Lane will try to assist their godfather in figuring out how to make this work with these fresh technical eyes.
He's sort of this process he's doing is entirely supernatural, but you may be able to provide some insight on it because he's kind of like moving. He's trying. It looks almost if he's trying to take papyrus and hieroglyphs and weave them around like what appears to be technology.
Yeah. So Lane will try and assist with like the translation for the technology portion of it and try and help like guide what he is trying to do and translate so that we can kind of get this sorted.
Okay. So while you're doing that, does anybody else want to do anything, or?
I think Ro would try to make contact with Nostradamus. I mean, they can see and communicate with spirits, so once they've spotted him, they might be like, hey.
Okay. I'll do a character shift. Right. I'm dead, right?
For now.
As a door.
I mean, probably for a while.
Well, it was 3 minutes late, but it's still just as we thought. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. I'm still here. The death field's still up. Okay. Well.
But they're working on that right now.
Oh, you freed Osiris. Well,
We did.
mark that
Yeah.
down. Right. Okay.
Mark it down where?
Keep it in your mental notebook.
Okay.
So anyway, this being dead thing has given me some remarkable insight on all of this.
Okay. That's good insight. Is it good?
Maybe.
I'm not about to ask a ghost if we did the right thing, but feels cliche.
No, philosophy and fate is never really good or bad, is it? But I think I recall up there I was working with the fate weave, and I said something about something about Ragnarok. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Real quick, is only like the ghost seeing people able to see and hear this?
strangely, no.
Oh, okay. We'll worry about why I can see and hear the dead later.
So,
This is what it's like, by the way.
yes. So anyway, like I said something about a Ragnarok, and it had to happen, and it does. Wasn't clear on, I think, is that Ragnarok's really only one view of it, right? That make any
Right.
sense?
A little.
Well, there has to be an unraveling.
Yes.
That's
But-
going to happen.
Are you
There's a
saying that
starting
doesn't?
event?
Yeah, that doesn't mean necessarily the end of the whole world, or
Yes and no, but what it does mean is that you've got all these different pantheons and whatever this all is. They all have a different sense of what it is, right? Okay,
right?
so that means there are multiple paths to the end of this. Even though there's an end, there's going to be things that always happen. But what if these fucks were all right? And we can change how it happens.
What do you mean?
Maybe like
change fate.
sort of. Yes, I mean sort of like it's more like, maybe Thor shows up to fight the giant snake, but the snake is blue this time, right? Or maybe they fight, but they don't kill each other. Maybe they I don't know. Maybe he brings the snake a squeaky toy and they become friends, and that's how it's resolved, right? So
Right.
maybe what I was thinking, is I know all of you are involved, but maybe you can take control of it.
Right. And this wouldn't, if we worked within the boundaries of fate, this wouldn't hurt anything or change anything.
Right. So I'm pretty sure, for instance, that you are going to have to make a decision and have a particular confrontation that you always have in all of these realities. But that doesn't necessarily say that it says that there's a confrontation, and the confrontation has to end, right? But it doesn't have to end the same way.
What is he talking about?
That's the fun part, is I don't really know. I have a hole in my head now, and it's really wild. But, something about getting a bullet through your brain has really opened things up for me.
Maybe I should try it.
I don't
Bro.
recommend it.
So everything's determined to happen in a certain way, but it doesn't have to resolve in the same way.
Right.
And how it
Everything-
resolves could change the course of everything.
I think what I'm saying is everything happens in a certain way, but it doesn't have to happen in a certain way. And I know that makes no fucking sense at all. So let me try to say it again. There are patterns, echoes, things in the weave that are always going to be the same. But do they have to be the same? They could be different colors, they could be different weaves.
So
Instead of
similar
trying to,
things, but different flavor text.
instead of trying to break it, try to bend it. I think we can do that.
So I'm not following.
I don't know if I'm going to explain this any better, but I think I did it wrong last time.
What do you mean last time?
Remember the memories, the dreams I have I think they're real. I think they're a different me. And if that's true, then I didn't find the right answer that time. But I was missing this.
Well, why would this be different or special?
Well, details are a little bit fuzzy, I'll be honest. But if there are certain things that are predetermined to happen, but how they play out isn't the same in every reality, then the only thing you can't do is stop it from happening entirely. That means the possibilities are endless as long as you bend it instead of breaking it. We just have to bend fate. And I think we can do that. I know we can.
You all have a role in this. Yeah, I think that. Let me try something really quick. I've never done this, but he kind of like steadies himself, and then his like eyes roll back into his head. I can't do that really, but you know, you can imagine it. And then he takes on this very serious complexion and countenance. I am the Oracle of Delphi, voice of Phobos Apollo, and I carry prophecy. The end always requires the weaver of fate, the bringer of chaos, the spark and destruction of creation, the guide, and the one who will stand up for the broken.
Oh, were those like each of us? Or were you just... I'm sorry, I'm having a
what
really
did
hard
you...
time
I
processing.
That's two of
Yes.
us. So I've never been able to do that. I think I pulled that oracle stuff out of my brain there just a second ago. Did she say something interesting?
Yeah.
Well, so Kaz, I think it was something about each of us. I assume that you're the sower of chaos. You know, not as an insult, but I mean, and then Weaver of Fate. You know, Ro, that seems pretty accurate. The Spark seems like Jericho, and the Guide seems like
You.
Nemesis. Well, I don't know. It
No. You're the guide.
You think so?
Yep.
And so you are...
The protector.
Yeah, that checks out.
Sort of makes sense. A lot of shit's gonna get broken.
Hopefully we break the right shit this time.
Suppose there's only one way to find out, huh?
I think the human part of me, if there isn't anything human about me, I think that I think you just have to do better.
Well,
I think you all could be the ones that are on the right side of this.
We
think
all
you're
want to
right.
be better than our parents, so why shouldn't that relate to godhood as well?
Thank you. It suddenly all makes sense.
You're welcome. I have no idea what I just did, but again, the hole in the head, and I'm dead. Yeah. Well,
We'll see if we can't help you with that. Maybe not bring you back, but get you the hell out of here anyway.
yeah. I don't think I want to come back. I think I'm.
Nah.
I think
No.
my place in this. It just feels like my place in this particular reality is over. Maybe I'll. Maybe the next one I'll just work at a McDonald's or something. Seems easier.
Telling
Welcome
me.
to Nostradonald's.
Yeah, I like that.
Make me
Wish I
one
could bring it with
with
me.
everything.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky and this will be your last incarnation and you can spend the rest of your life, well, afterlife, doing what you want instead of working for other people.
Yeah. If anybody knows how to get my soul the hell out of here. But not to
Well,
hell. I'd rather that
yeah.
seems unpleasant.
You know, once this whole death wall thing is fixed, I might be able to get all of us a trip to the underworld.
I think Nostradamus has got to go a different path than us. I mean, we're still alive.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the path that I'll be taking us isn't exactly one that's meant for the people who are still alive. Drinking the
Well,
Styx water kind
I-
of takes us to the ideal destination for our buddy here.
I can see spirits, but I certainly can't help them. So that's on one of you.
Yeah,
Not me.
Sticks where I'm supposed to go? Where do
I don't know.
go?
But hey, there's only one way to find out. And if you don't know, then that means that you just have to trial and error. You get the
There's got to
joy
be an
of,
easier way to do that.
well,
I mean, don't most souls just pass on unless they're stuck?
Nemesis,
Wow.
you've helped souls before, haven't you? Pass on. Nemesis.
Go again, please, sir.
What?
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Kaz just says, like Nemesis, you've helped souls pass on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Could you not do the same here?
Come on.
Oh, okay, so how does this work?
Just take my hand.
Oh, alright then. And he takes your hand,
I'll take him to the veil.
and you are able to pull him through the veil, and he disappears.
I'll come back.
And then you hear from the other side of the room, "Oh, I think I've got it."
Good.
Now, I would, at this point, I would recommend leaving, and probably not down. Go up.
Up?
Well, what if we just go to the underworld? Which was, I think, the plan.
isn't
I
that
don't think
safe?
Well, I suppose you could, but you may have things to do up there. It just feels like you have something you need to do up there.
Do you have a way that we could include going past everyone that wants us dead?
Oh, well, I think so, yes.
That would be great.
Well, I think I can get the death field is coming down. It's going to be a bit wet.
What?
Worse things have happened.
Mm.
That's fine.
And so he says, okay, well, I'll send you out here, and then Anubis and I will take care of this place, and then I think I don't know. I hate to say it, but I think we've got a war to prepare for.
Something like that. Lane, give you a minute to say your goodbyes.
Well, I can't say this wasn't weird and extremely cool.
It's noticeably weird. I am a being who has been, I don't know how many times, chopped into pieces and put back together.
Yeah,
A bit like losing your hat after a while.
that is
But-
odd, but
But I need to tell you something. I think you need to know why you are you. The thing is, I think when we found you, you were kind of broken, right? And Isis and I, we kind of always wanted a child, but it's our nature. I'm by nature broken, and I guess what better solution? Who would know better how to carry on our legacy and make our legacy better than someone who was broken? And honestly, I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm terribly sorry for any inconvenience it's caused, but we do love you.
well, I wasn't expecting exactly to come back after I left the first time, but I appreciate what you've done, and I guess what I want to just say thank you. For a while there, I was kind of resenting the fact that I came back, but I didn't exactly realize there was more to do, and now that I know, and now that I know what I can do, I couldn't be happier that you've made me a part of something bigger, which is always what I've wanted. So thank you for making somebody as insignificant as me somebody worthwhile.
No. It's you who've succeeded, not I. Oh, yes. He reaches into his pocket, and he hands you something that looks like a scarab with a crack in it. So the best way to explain this, I think if you ever need help, there's all those that are kind of broken, they'll come to your aid.
Hmm.
I think you might need it soon. I don't know. We just hold on to it for now.
Yeah. Well, I'll make you proud. I will. I'll make all of this worthwhile.
I know you will. You have friends, too. So,
Yeah.
no more tears, no more sadness. Who's ready to see the sun again?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So he kind of waves his arm, and these reeds come up, almost like reeds along the banks of the Nile. Just that way, then.
What way?
Just go into the reeds and follow the river.
Okay. I thought you said we were needed.
Oh.
I'm so confused.
I think
Yes.
he's transporting
I'm
us.
getting you out of here.
Oh.
Right, yeah. That's all I need to hear. Sure. Let's go.
Your path is up, not down.
There's no like hippos in this, is there? It's just an irrational fear. Never mind.
Oh
Shall we-
yeah, do you ever watch Prince of Egypt? It's gonna be kind of like that, I imagine.
Oh, that sounds awful.
But less dangerous, I guess, because in Prince of Egypt there were alligators. Yeah, ignore me. No, never mind.
No alligators, no
safer.
hippos. All right.
Yeah,
Great.
safer than Prince of Egypt.
Okay,
Well, there
I'm
might-
leaving.
There might be
That
both,
follows Ro.
but they'll leave you alone.
Oh.
I'm not listening. Just starts walking.
That follows Ro. Yeah.
Into the weeds.
And as you
No.
pull into the weeds, you can see the place behind you transforming into something that looks more like stone with all kinds of hieroglyphs on it as Osiris continues to weave his magic. And then as you kind of go through these the reeds, you get closer and closer, like, to a light source, and just like that, you are outside of the military base. And back outside in the Nevada heat.
Forgot how hot it was out here. Ugh.
And
We're
you
going
can see
to Vegas, baby.
you can see the base behind you start to collapse. And it's a good feeling, probably, that place will no longer exist.
What happened to all the leprechauns? Do you think they're dead?
Yeah, they'll be fine. There's plenty of them.
We're,
The Sphinx that was in there, on
Sure.
the other hand, hopefully they're out. But
Asking the real questions.
You know, I'll have to say, even if they're not, something about me is assured that they're in a million other worlds right now.
yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk about that because, okay, what the fuck? Anyway, this is not important in this moment because we're literally in enemy territory. But this is gonna be a conversation because that. Okay, yeah, no, let's go. Let's go home. I'm done.
and as you're having this discussion, let me choose different music for this. As you're having this discussion, you're just kind of talking to each other and probably trying to put together what just happened and what you have to do next. you notice that it starts to get darker around you. And if you were to look up, you start to see the sun disappear.
Is it an eclipse?
It
Nemesis?
seems like an eclipse, but maybe something a little worse. As if the sun itself is disappearing.
We didn't do that, did we?
No.
So we're gonna have to find out who did.
Yeah.
Well,
And as
no
you're
rest for the wicked.
as you're standing there, you see clear as day what Nemesis has probably seen his entire life, which is a being with black bands across his face and what looks to be a jaguar pelt on, looking a little smug.
Oh.
Father.
Never mind, figured it out. That was easy.
Prepare yourselves now, children, for its beginning. She is coming to devour the sun.
Who is she?
You'll know soon enough, but know that she has always hated the light. But they have made her so much worse.
Not too well versed in every single mythology ever.
It doesn't matter. Only matters that what you decide to do next when she arrives with the
Can you give us a
400.
name?
And he kind of just chuckles and disappears.
Great.
And that is where we will end. So, thank you.
Thanks, Dad.
My
Thank you
dad's
for-
an axe.
Thank you for joining us. And I think next time we'll probably be into our finale, where will our heroes be able to stop something from eating the sun? Is that
Just
all that's
normal
going to
shit.
happen? I don't know.
I'll eat the sun.
Will one of
Or
them
will
eat
I?
the sun? I don't know. There's so much that could still happen, but please
Try.
join us. Please join us next time for Scion,
yeah.
the Coming Storm. Thank you.
Thank you.